Hello and welcome to me predicting the first 6 match days of the 25-26 League One season. Of course, the season starts in just over 3 weeks' time. So yeah, let's just jump into my predictions for the first 6 match days of the new League One season. So we will start with the first match day in League One, and it is Friday night. It starts a week earlier than the Sky Bet Championship and 2 weeks earlier than the Premier League do the League One and 2 games. So yeah, let's just get cracking into these League One games. Luton are going to beat Wimbledon. I think I'm going to go 2-0 to Luton in that one. I think they'll start strongly in the new season and they'll be looking to go back to the Championship quite quickly, you would imagine. Cardiff versus Peterborough, the only half-12 game in League One at this time, but they're all on Sky Sports Plus on that weekend. Cardiff will beat Peterborough 2-1. Blackpool will beat Stevenage 2-0 to Blackpool. Just going back to Steve Bruce's boys on that one. I think Wycombe will beat Bradford 2-1. I think Burton will draw with Mansfield 2-2. I think Doncaster will get off to a winning start against Exeter, go 1-0 to Donny on that one. Huddersfield will get revenge from Leyton Orient from the final day of last season. I think Huddersfield will get over the line. I'm going to go 3-2 to Huddersfield in that one. I think Reading will just beat Lincoln by 2. No, actually, I think that'll be a 1-1 draw. Plymouth Barnsley will be a 2-0 win for Plymouth in that one. Rotherham will draw with Port Vale 1-1. Wigan and Northampton will be 0-0, as Ryan loves to draw in this league, doesn't he? End of last season provided that. And I think Stockport will beat Bolton 3-1. And Bolton's confidence will just be knocked. Second match day starts on the 7th of August, where this is on a Thursday night, where Port Vale take on Cardiff City, of course. I'm going to bet Cardiff to win that one away from home 2-0. Peterborough Luton, that should be an interesting game, but I'm going to back a 2-2 in that one. I just think that might be quite an interesting game. I think Reading Huddersfield, I think Reading are going to win that one. I'm going to bet Reading 2-1 with the new takeover, of course. Wimbledon Lincoln will be a bore draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Barnsley are going to beat Burton. I'm going to go 2-0 to Barnsley. Bolton Plymouth, I think Bolton could start with 2 losses. I think they will. I think Plymouth might look good this year. I'm going to go 2-1 to Plymouth. Exeter against Blackpool. I'm going to back Blackpool 1-0 away from home, keep their winning run going to the start of this campaign. Leyton Orient will beat Wigan 2-0. Mansfield and Doncaster will be tight, but I'm just going to back Mansfield in that one for a 2-1. Northampton Bradford. I'm going to bet Northampton 2-0. They've signed some really good players. Their window has been pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to bet Northampton to win that 2-0. Stevenage against Rotherham. I'm just going to go 0-0. And Wycombe against Stockport played each other on the final day last season. And I am going to back Stockport in that one by 3-1. And into round 3. Match day 3, we go Burton against Port Vale. I'm going to back Burton to get over the line in that one. I'm going to go 2-1 to Burton. Exeter Mansfield's going to be 1-1. Barnsley v Bolton. I just don't know. They love to play each other every season, it seems. Barnsley Bolton will be 2 apiece. Blackpool Huddersfield. I think that could be bonkers. Screw it, go for a 3-3. Why not? Bradford, I think, might beat Luton, will they? No, we'll go Luton just to get over the line in that one. I'll go 2-1. Luton away from home. Cardiff City will beat Rotherham by 2-0. Doncaster and Wycombe will be a 1-0 win for Wycombe in that one. Leyton Orient Stockport. I think Leyton Orient will win that by 1-0. Lincoln will lose to Plymouth 3-1. Reading will beat Wimbledon 2-0. Stevenage against Northampton. That could be a bit of a tricky one. I'll go back a 1-1 draw in that one. I'll go back Wigan to beat Peterborough by 1-0 for round. That is my first 3 games. We'll jump into 4, 5 and 6 now. Into round 4, 5 and 6 we go, and we start with the midweek games where Wimbledon will be taking on Cardiff. I am going to bet Cardiff to win that by 2-1. Huddersfield will beat Doncaster. I'm going to go 2-0 to Huddersfield in that one. I think Luton will beat Wigan at home. I think that'll be a close game, but I'm going to go 1-0 to Luton. Mansfield against Blackpool. I'm going to go for a 1-1 in that one. Northampton against Lincoln, I think, will be another 1-1. I think Peterborough will beat Barnsley 2-1. Plymouth, I think Plymouth will draw with Leyton Orient 1 each. Port Vale Stevenage should be an interesting game, that really. I'm just going to back Port Vale to win that at home. I don't know why I think they might get that place rocking, and Darren will go 2-1 to Port Vale in that one. I think Rotherham will beat Burton 2-0, and I think Stockport will beat Bradford 3-2. I think that could be a really good game of football. I think Wycombe will beat Exeter by a 1-0. And then the final game on the Wednesday night is Bolton against Reading, and I think Bolton might just get over the line in that one. I'm going to go 2-1 to Bolton in that one. Into round 5 we go. Luton v Cardiff, two of the strong sides that got relegated last season. I think that'll be a 2-2 draw. Rotherham United taking on Wigan, of course, might be a difficult one to call, but I'm just going to back Rotherham in that one by a 0-0. I think Wimbledon and Barnsley will play out I think Barnsley will win that 2-1 away from home. I think Bolton will beat Lincoln 2-0. Huddersfield will beat Stevenage 3-1. Mansfield will lose to Leyton Orient 1-0. I think Northampton will beat Exeter 2-1. I think Peterborough will beat Bradford 2-0. Plymouth will beat Blackpool 3-1. Port Vale and Doncaster, I'm going to back Doncaster to win that 2-1. Stockport will beat Burton. I'm going to go 3-2. I think that might be a crazy game. And Wycombe will beat Reading. I'm going to go for a 2-3 to Reading to win by 3-2 in that one. Then into the final match day, another two of the relegated sides where Cardiff take on Plymouth. I'm going back Cardiff to win that by 2-1 in that one. Doncaster and Rotherham will be 1-1. I'm going to back Huddersfield to beat Barnsley. I'm going to go 3-1 to Huddersfield on that one. Blackpool and Bolton will play out a 1-1 draw. Bradford will beat Wimbledon at home 2-1. Burton Luton, I can see Luton somehow dropping points there. I'll go 2-2. Exeter Peterborough, I'll go 2-1 to Peterborough in that one. Leyton Orient against Northampton, I'll go 2-1 to Leyton Orient. Lincoln v Mansfield, I'm going to go for a 2-1 to Lincoln in that one. I think Reading will beat Port Vale 2-0. Stevenage and Wycombe will be 0-0, and then I think Stockport will beat Wigan by 2-0. So yeah, that is my first 6 match day of League One done. Let me know who you think will be top and bottom after the games, and let me know down in the comments what you think. So let's just take a quick scan through the table then, from what I have predicted on the first 6 match days. We've got Wimbledon right at the foot of the table, only drawing 1 game and losing 5, which is probably to be expected. Wimbledon aren't exactly going to be pushing for the playoffs this year or even mid-table. They might just want to survive. Exeter, similar down there. I'm surprised I've got Gary Caldwell's side all the way down there. I thought they'd be a lot higher than what I've predicted them. Bradford in the relegation zone, only winning 1. Stevenage down there in the relegation zone. You can maybe see them falling off a little bit this season, but Alex Rivera did a good job last year. Maybe he can do the same with his Stevenage side this year. Wigan in 20th under Rilo, only picking up 4 points. Port Vale in 19th, Burton in 18th, Lincoln in 17th, maybe come as a bit of a surprise at being behind Mansfield Town, and Doncaster Rovers, who are in 16th and 15th respectively. Barnsley in 14th, Bolton in 13th, they just cannot escape being together. Rotherham in 12th, they do okay. I thought they would seem to sit off a little bit. Blackpool in 11th under Steve Bruce, kind of expected that one, just challenging in and around the playoffs. Northampton in 10th. Obviously, they've had a decent window so far, so that is why they are probably up there for me as of right now. Wycombe in 9th, probably about where they were last season with Mike Dodds after he took over from Matt Bloomfield last season. Peterborough is a bit of a shock for me, maybe in 8th. Maybe I've gloated them a bit too much, but we'll have to wait and see. I think losing Popku, losing Ricky J. Jones might be a few problems there for Peterborough United. Luton in 7th, which could happen. I could see really Luton falling off and heading a bit down of back to reality and back to the future maybe. But yeah, Leighton Orient in 6th. Yeah, that's expected. Reading, they were floating in and around the playoffs last season. They could see the same happening. Plymouth in 4th, expected. Huddersfield in 3rd, expected. New coach, new bounce, new everything. And then Stockport in 2nd and Cardiff City in 1st. Haven't losing again, just drawing that one. So yeah, I could definitely see that. That is my table review. Yeah, that is my first 6. That is what the table will look like if I predicted it in my eyes, of course. So yeah, that is the table review, and we'll jump into the outro. Thank you very much for watching my first six match day predictions for the 25-26 League One season. Of course, we'll be back, I'm sure, with some other content. We've got Club World Cup final content. Might do a watch along for that Sunday night. But yeah, I'll let you all know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and let me know who you think will go up and down in League One and who will get off to the best start and worst start. And yeah, I'll speak to you all in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe.